Hello everyone, I am Dr. Aarti, Associate Professor of Anesthesia at Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology, a Senior Instructor at Jeevaraksha Arju AHS. We have been learning the management of COVID-19 at critical situations. It can be airway management, ventilator management, hemodynamic management, etc. etc. With all this, are we missing out on something? Yes, we are missing out on managing our stress. That means frontline healthcare warriors stress management. Here, I'm here to talk about the management of stress in COVID-19 frontline healthcare workers. Scene safety is a priority when you are learning CPR. Scene safety is mainly for a CPR provider than a victim. Similarly, we need to give priority to the management of stress in COVID-19 patients. What is a stress? A stress is the body response to physical, mental, and emotional pressure. Stress in acute phase is key survival. Whenever we get stress, when do we have to give an exam or a talk or some performance, we do it better with the stress driven. Stress actually pushes us to perform better. At the same time, if the same stress continues for hours together, weeks together, months together, it becomes detrimental to the health. It will weaken our immunity system. It can cause a lot of chemical changes in the body which can lead to fatigue, insomnia, depression, anger, anxiety. And if this stress is continued for longer and longer duration, our healthcare warriors can land up in hypertension, diabetes, and cardiac diseases. The rapid and unprecedented spread of COVID-19 has immensely stressed our healthcare workers. Healthcare workers are continuously working with excessive workload, risk of transmission of infection is there, lack of essential resources, rationed resources which we all came across, the shortage of PPE, shortage of oxygen, so many things we came across which was giving a lot of stress. And lack of specific medical management was giving another kind of stress. We do not know which drug would act for this patient, which drug would act for other patient. So this is all happening in permutation combination. Obviously, we being doctors get stressed because of this. We do not know are we are doing justice or not doing justice. But the most important cause for the stress was frequent encounter of death. No, we took an interview of few of the frontline healthcare workers or warriors. Everybody had a different view. Somebody had a work-life balance, somebody not meeting with people, etc. But the common factor which was most stressful for all of them was frequent encounter of death. They all are worried to see their patients who had developed some bonding with them are dying very soon. This is a major stress factor. So how do we manage all this? Now I am talking about what are the causes of stress and what kind of stress a healthcare worker have. So how do we manage them? The first thing is whenever you work as a team, you have a team who takes care of COVID-19 patient. You have to identify burnout syndrome in your teammates. So how do you recognize burnout? How do you diagnose burnout syndrome in your teammates? One is feeling exhausted. Feeling exhausted is normal, physiological, but the exhaustion should come down or subside after taking adequate rest. But if the exhaustion continues even after resting adequately, means there can be a burnout syndrome and they feel cynical about their work. And of course, the one thing which is very significantly all of us notice is reduced professional efficiency. People are fed up, they just work mechanically. You cannot see the productivity or efficiency at workplace. These are all signifies that your team of healthcare workers or a COVID frontline warriors are undergoing burnout syndrome. Identify them and we'll see how do we manage their stress. So how do we intervene stress? So there's very simple principles which all of us know but we do not implement it. We lack in implementing. We are lack in implementing it. One is teamwork. teamwork, it is not just a name, it is how do we establish teamwork, how do we make your teammates the feel of belonging is very, very important. Everyone should feel for each other. You have to develop it. It does not come automatically. We have to put an effort to develop a belongingness. Connect to each teammate with their emotional and social connection. Talk to them. You can talk virtually because of this COVID has pandemic has taken out our social life. There is no social connection. So develop a social connection, emotional connection, either virtually or with a safe distance meeting. So just check with them. Is there anything which is bothering them? Is there anything which is bothering at the workplace or at home? So just connect and talk to them. And you have to make sure all of your teammates have a good balance of work and life. This has become a very, very difficult of late to manage because all of us have a imbalanced work life now, because we are working a longer hours, go back home with lot of stress, and all the stress is taken out at the family. So how do we prevent at organization level? Retrain, train continuously. We would have trained once dawning, doffing, we would have trained something else. We would have trained management of stress with yoga, pranayamas. No, we as human beings, we tend to ignore. After some time, we do not want to do that. So start retraining at a frequent interval so that people are aware, or people are continuously making an effort to do all that. And then a friendly shift rotation and regular breaks is very, very important. If they need a break, kindly provide a break for them. Give a break for them. Breaks regenerates the people and they come back with lot of energy and enthusiasm. And assurance of good health care or good supportive care and a good package if the healthcare warriors are infected is very, very important. Otherwise it gives a feeling of insecurity. If I get infected, who will take care of me? Where do I have to go? Do I have to go get admitted in some other hospital? These things actually again brings down their professional efficiency. They may not want to spend time with the patients because the fear of getting infection becomes more. So you give a good supportive care and package for a good for the infected staff will definitely help them, give them a lot of confidence to work in the place. Then individual level. The individual level is something is in your hands. Whether institute gives you something or not. Whether your friends, teammates gives you something or not. But you can give something for yourself. Love yourself, take care of yourself is always important. So maintain a healthy diet, keep regular schedule of daily activities, get some good sunlight and do exercises. Keep a regimen. Consistency is very, very important. Do regular exercise, yoga, pranayamas, healthy diet, good sleep. These are all very, very important to manage stress level. And we all are in the wrong feeling. Whenever I'm too stressed, I just want to have a watch a TV, binge on food, and then watch the sleep late night. That will relieve my stress. That can happen only for a day. Next day you get up with a big headache. Instead, you maintain this healthy lifestyle will definitely helps to bring down the stress. And then I told you deep breathing exercises, spiritual practice if you're a spiritual person. I mean, whichever gives you comfort. Listening to music is also comfort. Listening to music is always also a spiritual practice. And then talk to your friends, talk to your colleagues. Then coming to art form family level, how do we intervene? Limit television and bright screen, and I wanted to add limit your forward messages about COVID and WhatsApp, and focus on what is within you and control, avoid loose talks. Yeah, this is very important. Ever since the first wave started, wherever you meet, how is COVID situation in your place? The talk goes on about COVID-19 always and always. You have to avoid such loose talks. There are so many other things happening in the world. There are so many positive things has happened because of lockdown or a COVID-19. Family bonding has improved. So many other things. Talk about that. Something which gives a positive energy will help at the family level. Share and solve your concern with your colleagues, family. This is very important. Sharing and solving will bring down your stress level. I was very stressed in the first wave, and I used to talk to my sister at regular interval every day, and she used to suggest me few things. And my sister is also a frontline COVID warrior. And whenever she used to finish her COVID-19 duties, as soon as she gets out of ICU, I used to call her and we used to share her all experience from morning till evening. So her half of the burden used to get relieved. This was my personal experience how we can get relief over our stress. And connect with your friends is, trust me, connecting with friends is the most de-stressing activity. You want to get relief of stress, the thing you can talk to your friends and laugh at silly things and enjoy, have fun. Definitely you will get rid of your stress. And there are so many COVID-19 self-help groups. They have made lot of groups to support COVID-19. Kindly refer your frontline warriors who require support. There is no hesitation to take help from them. Whenever we require, we should take help from frontline COVID warriors. The secondary interventions, if we fail at primary, then comes a secondary. I always pray all our frontline warriors should be able to manage their stress at primary level itself. Coming to secondary, we have pharmacotherapy management for anxiety, depression, insomnia. We have a medication to take care of it, and we can manage suicidal tendencies, a counselor or a psychologist support, addressing the substance abuse, simple psychological techniques like sleep, hygiene, and social support, addressing the issues of stigma. Stigma is actually a no more stigma now, and end of life decisions. Continuous, we should not hesitate to take psychologist help if there is a suicidal risk, aggressive behavior, substance abuse, symptoms of severe mental illness, no improvement with primary or secondary intervention. We have lot of life skills to cope with stress. It is only that we have to adapt. So self-suggestion, auto-suggestion is go on suggesting I am fine, I can work, I am not stressed will definitely help you. And solve your problem. What is your problem? You have not slept well, sleep well, not eating good food, eat good food, go for walk, whatever. And critical thinking, connecting and bonding is something which gives you a lot of good feeling, positive thinking, communication, taking challenges, courage, optimism, empathy, all this will definitely help to get out of stress. Applying life skills during challenging times, and COVID helps develops resilience. What is resilience? It is the process of adapting well and bouncing back quickly in times of stress. Adding humor in everyday life is very, very important. A smile, a laughter reduces your stress by 1,000 times. So add your humor to your everyday life. Laugh at your silly jokes. Talk to your friends who can make you laugh. Will definitely bring down stress. My take home message or a critical thinking at the stages. Do we all, is this whatever I told from that time, the management of stress, of yoga, exercise, and then pranayamas, connecting with people, family life, good healthy diet, all this, we didn't know all this. Is it a new thing for all of us? No, all of us know about all this, but we don't adapt this. Adapt, there is a proverb in Kannada, hittala gida maddalla. In spite of knowing, we don't consider it as very seriously to adapt in our daily life as consistently. The consistency is equally important. So kindly you adapt, tell your friends to adapt and tell your family to adapt all the very simple primary intervention to bring down the stress in among all our friends and families so that we have a better quality of life, better quality of care at the hospital level, and we can see humor, happiness, laughter everywhere. Thank you all for your listening, kind listening. Thank you once again.